This is Manuka Subaru Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by USA Metal Roofs on MyTV.
Welcome inside Mountaineers Stadium. We are in the back mountain of Luzerne County. Tonight, the Wyoming Valley Conference Division I Championship is on the line as Wilkes-Barre area battles Friday Night Rivals, team number 4, Dallas. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bob Ide. Welcome to a rainy Mountaineers Stadium for now. We'll see if that keeps going on. Amanda Kuhl, her last night with us, will join her shortly on the sidelines. And once again in the booth with me, in the dry booth, will be former Tunkhannock area coach Jan Seachak. And Jan, it might come all the way down to this. Wilkes-Barre area started this season 0-2. They come back winning last 5 of 6 games. They put themselves right here, undefeated in the conference. As we take a look at the conference standings, it really comes down to this, even though Wilkes-Barre area battles Wyoming Valley West next week.
Well, again, these two teams have such a storied history, and right now there's a chip on one of the team's shoulders that wears a light blue color. I won't say which one because they both do, but this is going to be a great game tonight. And the conference championship means everything. I know to Coach Manella and I know Coach Sinte really wants to do this to help his program.
Let's talk about the Wolfpack first. As I mentioned, they're on a bit of a roll. They're playing really good football. Big win last week against Williamsport. They have a nice balanced offense, but they do like to run the ball. 2 guys went to a Connecticut prep school. They were supposed to play a big part in the offense, but our Manuka Subaru Spotlight player, Howie Shiner, has really stepped up.
Well, he is shining, and all the puns intended. Howie's done a tremendous job this year. 861 yards on the ground, 9 touchdowns. He's got 54 yards receiving and 1 touchdown, and he also plays defense. This young man is everything what Coach Sinte really wants to exemplify the Wolfpack players to be.
Well, the Mountaineers undefeated for a reason. They run a balanced offense as well. They like to run the ball. We're going to see a lot of our other Manuka Subaru Spotlight player, Dylan Geske.
Dylan Geske, junior, 832 yards rushing. He's got 12 touchdowns, 52 yards of receiving, and no touchdowns. And Coach Manella said his position should be E because he can play everywhere, and he has for this team, for the Mountaineers. He's a special young man, and there's just great things going to be happening for him and the rest of the Mountaineers.
We do have some Toyota keys to the game from the coaches. Why don't we go with the Wolfpack first?
Well, the Wolfpack wants to limit turnovers, and then they also want to take care of any opportunities that they can get from a well-coached Dallas Mountaineer team.
And for Dallas?
And for Dallas, well, Coach is really concerned about their special teams getting gashed on it, and he also wants to make sure that they can match their physicality because Coach Manella said they are really big dudes up front.
Well, the rain started about an hour ago. We'll see how that influences the game a little bit later through the game. But let's check in now with the forecast from Chief Meteorologist Mike Susko from the Fox 56 News, first at 10.
Good Friday evening, Bob. Unfortunately, this is going to be another one where we see those scattered rain showers around here, and that will be mainly in the second half of the game. So keep that in mind. Make sure you have those ponchos and umbrellas ready here because we will see scattered rain showers in the area. Temperatures starting off in the 60s and eventually dropping into the 50s. But because of the scattered rain showers for Wilkes-Barre at Dallas tonight, we're going to call for a personal foul on Mother Nature due to those rain showers. So we also are going to be seeing a cool down and breezy conditions for this weekend. We'll talk about it tonight at 10. But for right now, let's send it back out to you on the field.
Well, the Wyoming Valley Conference Division I Championship is on the line. It's Wilkes-Barre area and Dallas next.
You're watching Manuka Subaru Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by USA Metal Roofs on MyTV WQMY.
And here come the Wolfpack trying to get a division championship. But Dallas has something to say about it to remain undefeated. Welcome back to homecoming here in the back mountain. Some rain in the air, but that won't dampen tonight's game. The third member of our crew, as always, is Amanda Kuhl. And man, in a very solid offseason and a dedication to the season for one former player for the Mountaineers.
That's right, Bob. This year, Dallas is honoring former Mountaineer Josh Bellera. Josh was a member of the PIAA State Championship team before continuing his career at Dartmouth. Josh was diagnosed with cancer in July of 2022 and passed away in March of this past year. He's remembered in his community for the impact he made both on and off the field. Retiring numbers never made sense here at Dallas, so with Josh's family's blessing, they decided to pick someone who exemplifies what Josh was about to wear, number 76. Captain and lineman Dan Cebulski will wear 76 this year. He said it's the greatest honor in his life.
Dallas won the toss. They want to take the ball. Jaden Sanchez's kick after a long wait will go out of bounds. And I suppose Dallas will take it with good field position, Jan, at the 35.
Well, they tried doing a little squib kick, and they had really good coverage trying to get that loose ball, but it bounced out of bounds. And right now, coming up, we're going to see the quarterback, Brady Zabaticki. Completion, 68 attempts, 128, 11, almost 1,200 yards, 18 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Great QBR rating right there from that young man. And he's only a junior, Bob, and he's a heck of a third baseman from what I've found out, too.
We'll talk about him a little bit later on. Here comes Dallas, averaging 39 points per game. Zabaticki will take the first carry, and he's met after just a yard gain. This Wilkes-Barre defense playing well of late. You can't go by the 22 points per game they gave up. They are playing well. Zabaticki, Lewis, Geske, the main runner. He's just a junior. Pachevsky, Lewis, and Farrell will start your receivers. And up front, coach, a lot of seniors up there. A lot of guys who didn't play last year, but they really stepped up this year.
And one thing I talked to Coach Manello about at the media day.
Start on the offense, number 75, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
He said that these young men have committed themselves to the weight room, and he's never had such a great dedicated bunch of guys, offensive linemen. And they're not super huge, but they get the job done very effectively.
Split backfield behind Zabaticki. This is the receiver Pachevsky with a carry, slips one tackle. Up ahead for a Perfect Store Renovations first down. He needed 14, got 16 on that carry.
Wow, Zach Pachevsky. We've called that young man's name over the last few years here at Dallas. Great job on that power. You see the kick out by 54, 51, all the way downfield, second and third level stuff, and then he gets 16 yards. It's just a really beautiful run.
Gabitsky on the tackle. Right, straight back to Pachevsky. Couple yards at best. Wilkes-Barre coming in there. So the Dallas team, pretty balanced offense. 191 through on the ground, 152 through the air, coach, for 343 total yards per game. Here you see Pachevsky
doing a nice job. And folks, if you didn't pick up on that at the beginning, they ended up shifting. They bumped their entire backfield set towards the Dallas sideline, so it was a direct snap to Pachevsky on that.
Mountaineers coming off a big win last week over Wallenpaupack, 31-3. Give it back to their big fullback, Geske. He gets the outside. He's got a ton of room inside Wolfpack territory. Knocked out of bounds at the 23.
Wow, Dylan Geske just, as a running back, just really pounded it. Look at this. Inside ISO, he bounces it to the outside. Great ball control right there, switching hands. Now watch this hit, folks. Boom! He just lowered his shoulder onto that defender.
At 26 more to Geske, who came in with over 830 yards. They give it up ahead. Big push from that offensive line, about 3 yards on that. It was Geske again.
And this is what Coach Manello said. These guys are not 6'4", 6'5", or taller. These young men, he says, they have great leverage, they have great feet, and they get their cleats in the ground, and they're moving people out, and that's why they are 8-0. And Coach was really concerned about how physical and how big that front four for Wilkes-Barre area is.
Yeah, they are big up front, the two defensive tackles. One's 310 and one's 275. They found something up the middle. Zabaticki breaks through up to near the 10 for another Perfect Storm Renovations first down inside the Kelly Mahindra red zone.
Look at how number 51 just overlapped in there. Archie Stevens just comes from his guard position, wraps around the center, leads up there, and Zabaticki, nice job getting that first down.
Opening possession for Dallas. They're on the move. Lewis's first carry. He cuts it back. It has a little bit of a hole. Gains about 8 on that.
Well, you see AJ 5'8", 205. There he is, number 54 and 51, Archie Stevens coming in there, lead blocking on that power play inside, doing a real nice job moving people on that second level.
Underwood in the secondary has the tackle. Now Dallas can get a first down at about the 2. Changing the play from the sidelines. Plenty of time on the play clock for the Mountaineers. Lewis through, big push. First and goal, Dallas, after the Perfect Storm Renovations first down. Or is it 3rd and short? Nope, they're going to give him the first down. First and goal for Dallas.
Watch this cut that Lewis has right there. Boop! He just hit that plant outside foot, his right foot, cut right back in on the dime.
You're all fired up after missing last week.
I am,
aren't you?
I'll tell you
You're
what.
really ready to go. Sound effects and everything from Jan tonight. 2 tight ends set. Right at the goal line. Geske nowhere to go. Good tackle in there. Coming through was Ja'Kai Jackson, the senior.
Well, the defense did a nice job on that, just holding him up, really minimizing it. Oh.
Zapatiki almost lost the handle of a wet ball. Instead, the Mountaineers are in for a Dallas touchdown.
Well, look at Zapatiki coming off the field. He's fired up. He knows what's at stake for this game, and they're treating this as a playoff game that they feel as though one and done. They only have this game, and that's it. So they're giving everything right in there. I don't know if we can call that the brotherly shove, because that's going to be patent pending right
Almost
there.
a Dallas fumble.
Yep.
Roll Laubach on for the extra point. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 7:50 left in the first. Dallas on the board first. 7-0 your score. Well, we've had a nice season all year long. Jan for the crew. Nice and good weather, but tonight some rain in the air coming down. A moderate rain, we would call it. Started about 6. Looks like it will continue all night long. We'll check out how the ball is, how that's going to affect the game plan for these two teams. Car Vision Nissan kickoff is ready. Rowan Laubach is there. Looks like Bodie and Underwood back to receive. The kick for Wilkes-Barre down 7-0. It's a little squibber. Taking one by the up men.
Nice.
They carry it up. Good field position for Wilkes-Barre to start at the 38.
Real nice leg drive on that. Now,
Here
coming up, Jack Howell. Look at that. 157 attempts, 92 completions, 1,241 yards. Now, look at his stats. 16 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Now, talking to Coach Cynthia about that, he said 2 of those interceptions were not his fault. He's really, really taken a great grasp of the Wolfpack offense and is really leading these guys on that run that they've had after a rough start.
Yeah, he's just a sophomore. We saw him last year starting as a freshman. Gotten a lot better. He's got some weapons, too, on the outside. But here comes this, what are you calling it, the Wolfpack
We're
formation?
calling this the Wolfpack formation.
Now they'll break out. Shiner next to him. Let's see what Wilkes-Barre team shows up tonight. They averaging 29 points per game. They did have a game in there against Delaware Valley they want to put behind them. How to throw it. Goes deep, and it is picked off.
Number 7.
Intercepted by Lucas Turpak, his second INT of the year, and the first of the night for the Mountaineers.
Turpak does a great job on his coverage. He drops back. You'll see him right there. Look at the way he positions himself between the ball and the receiver. It was a great, tremendous job. I like the play call, though, for Wilkes-Barre. They're trying to get right back into this game, but that's not what they wanted.
Bisky, the intended receiver, the sophomore, but it was a little bit short in the range, so a chance now for the Mountaineers. Geske lays down his shoulder pads, and Bodie with the big hit, 4-yard gain.
You'll see right on this. This is just their base power play, and he just bounces it to the outside, lowers his shoulder. The young man, like I said, only, he's just shy of 1,000 yards. He's just a tough runner.
So the pass goes incomplete, stops the clock, so 3rd and long now facing the Mountaineers. who's running a little bit of hurry-up offense. Coach Manello said he's actually, he's getting with the times. That's what he said. Times are changing.
He's changed.
Throwing the ball. I mean, he's throwing the ball.
He's changed his terminology too.
Oh, yeah.
All the years that he's done, having the Zapaticki brothers coaching with him.
There is one Zapaticki. Good tackle. They're going to be short. It's going to be 4th down coming up. We'll check a look at the defense real quick for the Mountaineers. There you see who's up front. Rager on the outside, 73 total tackles. Linebackers, very active. Sienkiewicz in the middle, 65 total tackles coming in. And then the secondary, again, tested. Evan Leyburn Bodie, just his 3rd game, I think, with this team after sitting out. So, Laubach the punt. Bodie from the 30. And the former West Scranton Invader is taken just past the 31. So no harm, no foul for Wilkes-Barre. Their defense
did a nice
job.
They really did. And what I'm seeing from the Wolfpack running backs and receivers, when they get the ball, they are turning their legs. They are not stopping on contact. And it's taking a host of Mountaineer defenders to bring these guys down. Bob, you mentioned about what the ball's going to be like. Right now, I know underneath the tent that they have, the medical tent, they have a bag of balls just waiting. They're keeping them dry, and I know they have that powder out there that dries the balls, but this is just a misty rain right now, and it just makes everything a little bit slick, especially on the turf.
Oh, here comes the Wolfpack. Big win last week at Williamsport, 54-14. Had everything going. And this one off that little Wolfpack power formation. Shiner there, no running room. Barely a half-yard gain. Good defense for the Mountaineers, giving up just 15.7 points per game.
Well, you'll see what they're doing is they're just outflanking you on there, and they're trying to establish leverage. But if you see all those blue jerseys coming in, they're getting the leverage underneath and driving that back. Now, talking to Coach Cinti, he said that left side of their line, 310-pound tackle, 275-pound guard.
Get the play from the sidelines. The trend nowadays, no huddle. Get the play in from the sideline. Everybody looks over. Howell looking to his left. Nowhere to go. Flushed. Just throws it out of bounds. Wide decision from the sophomore. But it brings up a 3rd and long now facing the Wolfpack in a rain.
Well, look at the pursuit of number 5, Clark Van Orden, on this play. He's spying the quarterback right now. He's just spying Hal. And look at how he just closed that gap down and really made sure that he forced that ball out of bounds. You see Hal trying to keep his hands wet, or excuse me, keep his hands dry. He's got that hand warmer there. It's not cold out, folks, but it's just yucky in terms of trying to throw the ball.
3 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Howell's going to roll to his left. No one there. And he just throws it out of bounds with the aforementioned Van Norden in his face. Wilkes-Barre going to be forced to punt now.
Well, they've got looks like Dallas's defense is figured out. They're spying him with number 5. Again, you'll see like he's just flowing, fast flow. He comes up and then he just gives him a little shove, nothing cheap, but just lets him know that he's there.
Secondary with good coverage. So this will bring in Ardo, sophomore, for 25, 40 yards per punt. Low liner, Pachewski with a fair catch right at the 41, 5:14 remaining. So a couple possessions that took about, a minute each there after Dallas went 10 plays, 65 yards to start the game. That's where we're at, 7-0. So the Mountaineers this year, toughest game. They trailed Crestwood late in that one, but they put 21 points up late in that game to pull out the win. That's their toughest game of the season up to this game that we expect. They've pretty much flowed free. They beat Williamsport 20-20. Started the year with a big win over Abington, 31-28 to Dallas. Little razzle-dazzle, Pachewski coming through the crowd. Geske in front. Pachewski still on his feet. All the way in for a Mountaineer touchdown. 59 yards for Pachewski. His first running touchdown of the year.
A little trickification there from Coach Manello. I'm loving it. I mean, because if anybody knows Coach Manello, he's been doing what he's been doing forever, and that he's embraced this change. Look at that, a little flip on the reverse. What a great job. Look at all the blue jerseys downfield, all those offensive linemen. Now, Geske, look at him just come out here, turn the jets on, just run interference. Great job there. Zach Pacheski, nice 59-yard run.
So the run goes 59 yards, as I said, 14-0. A hole now for Wilkes-Barre area. And we'll take a look at this one again before we talk about
look at this end zone shot. Loving it. Thank you, guys. Beautiful. Look at this. Watch how all of a sudden he just, could have been a face mask, but it really wasn't. He just hit his helmet. But again, Pacheski was not going to be denied on that.
So Wilkes-Barre coming in 5-3. All their wins in the Wyoming Valley Conference, all their losses to Lackawanna County teams.
I saw that on your notes, and that's interesting. And we've talked about that throughout the season. The Lackawanna has the Wyoming Valley Conference's numbers every time they play, unfortunately. And we're going to have to see what happens when the playoffs roll around.
Yeah, for Wilkes-Barre, they don't want to fall into the trap of what happened in that Delaware Valley game where they only had less than 50 yards to total offense. So they need to find something here against the Mountaineers or it's not going to go their way. So Laubach, another squibber. Picked up and with a good comeback. We'll look up number 5, Coach. We can read
Ariel Lopez.
So Mr. Lopez with a nice return. There's the offense. Saw the backfield. There's the receiver core. Very quick, very good. And up front, took them a little bit of time to gel up front, but they do have great size.
They really do. They average 270 pounds across the board. One of the keys to the game for the Mountaineers was to be able to match up with them and their physicality. Right now they've done that. Now it's just a matter of the Wolfpack imposing their will on Dallas.
So let's see what Nino Cinti, the offense coordinator, has after a couple possessions. He's going to go rack to Shiner, who had a real good game last week against Williamsport, 154 yards and 3 touchdowns. Dallas is there, a couple yards on that, but at least something positive for the Wolfpack.
And this is what Howie Shiner does. He's just such a bull to bring down. Look at that, 3 defenders, keeps his legs moving even though he had one leg wrapped. That's what I really, really like about what I've seen from the Wolfpack's running backs. They're just keeping their legs driving.
Look at the play from the sidelines. Rain is lightened up a little bit. Back to Shiner. He had a hole. Ran right into a defender who made the tackle, Malarkey, but it's going to be 3rd and short now. Here is the defense from Dallas. There you see the linebackers, Fife in there, Cummings 26 tackles, and then the secondary already with a interception. We'll also see Pacheski in there. So it's a perfect storm. First down, the initial one for Wilkes-Barre, so positive change. Now they're in Mountaineer territory, maybe getting some rhythm now in this offense.
And their offensive line is starting now to move people out of the way, and it's given Shiner a chance to literally shine at what he does best, run that ball so tough.
They'll flip it to Howie, and he's got some room to the outside. Shiner shoots through, bowling over Mountaineers inside the 20-yard line. 21-yard gain for the senior running back, and now Wilkes-Barre moving the chains.
Well, he's showing why he's a 2-year captain and he's a 4-year starter. This is the kind of stuff that the Wolfpack football team exudes. They really love the way that Howie runs the ball, and the kids respond so well to him.
16 again, a couple yards. Now they're going a little NASCAR, faster, snapping the ball quick. They get up quickly to the line. Shiner's going to come out after one good run.
Well-deserved break for him.
See who they go to now. That is Underwood. A little bit different style running back. Dallas was ready for that, and that's going to be a loss of 4. So 3rd and long now, facing the Wolfpack.
Davin Underwood on this play. Watch the speed this young man possesses. Tucks the ball away, looking to the outside, stops, whoop, up, keeps going, and doing a real nice job in there.
Nick Farrell, the junior, with the tackle, coming in with 43 total tackles. So Wilkes-Barre now going to get the play on this 3rd and long. Big one right here early in the first quarter, down 14. Inside the Kelly Mahindra red zone. Is it a timeout? Time?
No, there's still
Nino Cinti sending in the play. I think they're going to have to take one with 3 seconds.
And there it is.
Yeah, a little communication problem between the quarterback and the sidelines, and it's a big 3rd and 13 coming up for the Wolfpack. There you see the rain coming down. It's pretty steady now. Enough so that it's going to throw something off, and Wilkes-Barre coming in, as I said, winners of the last 5 of 6, lost their first 2 to, again, Lackawanna County teams put up some good points, but just fell short. They come back with a big win over Wallenpaupack, and then they sailed through the WVC, and then you chuck that DV game out, which they want to wipe out because of the way they play.
Short-term memory, yes.
Yeah. So 54 points last week, Valley West next week. So looking for a win for the Wolfpack, trying to get a championship of any kind since this team merged between the 3 schools in the Wilkes-Barre area 3 years ago.
And that last year was the first time that they played home. Actually, it was 4, I think, Bob, that they were on the road for everything. I mean, they played their home games at Valley West Stadium.
Short pass to Underwood, but Dallas is right there. They read that. No room for Underwood.
Boy, Dan Sobolski right up there, number 76, number 9. Coming up, Mike Lewis from his strong safety position. They just sniffed that out, did a great job. Look at that. Good job, shoulder to shoulder. They come in, gang tackling. No way that he could split that tackle.
So big 4th down. They're staying on the field. So 2 negative plays in a row for Wilkes-Barre. This Dallas defense has stepped up in the rain. Quick out, best you could do to Underwood. And he gets about 5 back, but Dallas will take over on downs. 1:07 left in the quarter, and they're up 14-0. Well, Wilkes-Barre had something going on the ground and then just stalled it out, trying to go to the air.
No, they didn't want to go to the well too often. They were trying to just make sure, put doubt in the Dallas defense's mind that, look, we're still going to try to pass the ball, and we got some speedsters that we can get the ball to.
Oh, the Wolfpack defense there, making a stop right at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by, look, they're getting combo blocked. He got driven back, but he stood him up at the line, allowed his linebackers to come on up. Looked like it was number 56, I think. I'll tell you, folks, reading their jersey numbers is really difficult.
DJ Battle, it was 56, Coach. DJ Battle in there, one of the white jerseys. The rain started to take effect. Zapaticki loses it. A wet ball. He falls on it, but it's going to bring up 3rd down, about 13.
Well, the one thing, the weather is definitely a factor, and both teams have to deal with it. And Zapaticki just didn't have the handle and smartly just fell on the ball.
Typically this year anyway, this is where Dallas will maybe go through the air, but maybe a little more conservative here. And they'll have to do it in the 2nd quarter. So Dallas comes out, tries the field. They put a 2nd one up, and they lead 14-0 over Wilkes-Barre. And the rain continues here in the back mountain at Mountaineer Stadium. Bob Ide, Jan Cichak, and Amanda Kuhl down on the sidelines. And Dallas has the ball up 14-0, and the weather coach starting to play a factor. Saw a fumble by Zapaticki, and neither team really can get to the air again with the rain.
It's just a miserable night that way. It looks like it just let up a little bit just now, but again, they've got to be able to get something established. Nice job defensively.
That was Geske again. I think it was 56.
56
Coach
right
DJ
there.
Battle
DJ
again.
Battle. He's battling in there. It's great. Look at this. He's just fighting in there. Look at that. Just beats the fullback's block. Jarrett Webb just couldn't handle him, and Battle just dropped it.
So Laubach now will punt from his end zone. Wilkes-Barre can pull this in. Should have good field position. There's always a worry of Coach Manello on special teams. High hanging kick. Late fair catch called right at midfield by Bodie. He's lucky he didn't get hit. But now Wilkes-Barre with an opportunity, if they can get something going, they have the field position.
What a great way to start, right at midfield. You're not backed up. Now, I would imagine that they're just going to keep feeding Shiner the ball to get even better field position. And with the rain subsiding a little bit, maybe try to go to the air with some short stuff, nothing downtown. Because footing now, especially on the turf, does get slick.
Well, this is a balanced offense. 169 on the ground, 159 through the air, 328 total for this team. Howell's playing very well, but it's going to be tough to get to the air tonight. Here comes the blitz. They get it back to Shiner, and he goes nowhere. Couldn't get the block. Barely gets back to the 50, and there you see the rain coming down. Malarkey on the tackle.
They just do a nice job on the toss play. The tight end got driven back too far, back in there, so that allowed the defense now to step up, and it really shut the lanes down for Shiner to try to run.
Little hole for the senior, still battling. Just 5'8", and he's up near the 42. So that was all number 16. Close to a first down.
Well, he's a 4-year starter, and just watch the determination he has. There's people rapping, hitting, and watch, he just keeps his legs driving. And he's got low center of gravity there, and he just keeps battling in there.
So moving our first flag, second flag of the night, is going to go against Dallas. So that will
Defense
give
number
Wilkes-Barre
76. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
a Perfect Store Renovations first down. Our referees tonight, Greg Zunchak is the ref from the Wyoming Valley Conference. They stay in that I formation. Dallas is trying to blitz. They do. Shiner battled through that, but his knee went down. So the whistle blows.
Well, in this formation that they're in the I formation that the Wolfpack's in, right now Dallas has 10 guys in the box. They're really cheating their free safety up almost to 11 guys, daring them to run. They're stuffing them at the line of scrimmage.
Let's see what they will do. They're going to play action. Here comes the rush from Farrell, and he's got him in the backfield. First sack of the night for Dallas, their 14th of the season. For Farrell, that's his 4th sack of the year, Coach.
Boy, Hal just didn't have any time. As soon as he did the fake, all of a sudden Farrell was just screaming off of his left side.
10-yard loss, third and really long now. It's going to be tough in this rain for Howe to get it to his playmakers. Howe back, 4-man rush. He's flushed. He has to tuck it and go. It goes out of bounds inside the 40.
It was really well played. Dallas' secondary looked like a cover 2 shell. They were playing man underneath, and they just dropped it back, and there was nowhere, no receiver available. And Hal does a nice job reading that. Got some of the yardage back on that sack, but not enough.
Cyril Cinti says, let's punt it and try to pin Dallas in deep. His defense has been playing well the last few series. Ardo in. Now this is where a wet ball could be tough. Good snap. Here comes the rush. Almost blocked, but Ardo does a nice job not extending his lead.
And a flag comes
late
in.
Flag comes in, yeah. So Dallas put the rush on. Arnold changed in midstream as Malarkey almost got a hand on it. Let's see what this flag is.
Holding on the return team.
So it's going to back Dallas up, so a break for the Mountaineers. A break for the Wolfpack, excuse me.
Well, Malarkey did a nice job on that punt. He stayed off of the punter. He got in his face and made him nervous. And you see,
on the receiving team, number 23. That penalty be assessed at the end of the run. First down, Dallas.
well, you see Zumchek is the referee umpire, Jack Jones. Dave Navraki's out there. He's a Valley West guy. So it's neat to see these guys still doing it, even in the rain.
Well, we have one final this afternoon, an early game in the Lackawanna Football Conference, Coach. Western Wayne gets another win. They beat Lakeland 41-14. Down in the valley, Southern Columbia up to visit Wyoming area in the first, 14-7 Tigers. And there you see the wet ball again, playing havoc. Zapaticki couldn't take it in. I don't know if the wet ball just went through his hands.
I think
like maybe a
little bit of both, but then his eyes were looking down for pressure as opposed to just falling on the ball. And again, these are high school, they're young men. They're going to make mistakes. They're not perfect.
Second fumble of the night. So now Dallas, long way to go. 2nd and 15 after the fumble. Handed inside to Lewis. He gets about 4 of that back, but 3rd and long now again. So Wilkes-Barre defense now finding their way.
Look at Battle in there. He just stands that fullback up, pushes him back, and then is still allowing time for the rest of the pack to come in and make the tackle.
Gabe Saraceno, the junior, with the tackle. Cutting up is the quarterback, Zapaticki. He's going to be short of the first down. Logan Sienkiewicz, the junior, takes down the quarterback.
And you'll see number 75, the left tackle, Emmett Moore, 6'3", 235-pounder, leaving his left tackle spot, pulling all the way down to lead up through for the quarterback, Zapaticki.
So after the Wilkes-Barre punt, they hold. Now going to force Dallas a 3-and-out. Almost blocked by the Wolfpack. Laubach's punt sails out of bounds inside Dallas territory. Wilkes-Barre has it at the 46-yard line. 6:52 in this one as the rain continues. Coach, the offenses now have been stuck kind of in the mud.
Or their rubber bits, we'll call it. They're just peeling rubber on there. Right there you can see Nino Cinti. He's got his hat on there. He's calling the offense, trying to get something going with his Wolfpack offense. They just can't establish. As soon as they do, then something bad happens. This is not what we've seen from them prior on some of their videos on Huddle, but this is what they have to battle and they have to overcome.
Well, they've had 2 possessions now inside Wolfpack territory, 1 at the 50. They haven't been able to get more than 15, 20 yards. Second man through is Shiner, and he's up for a good gain of 4. Now, Wilkes-Barre won last year 35-7. That was their first win over the Mountaineers as a school.
What I liked on that, nice misdirection. You'd think that they're going with the speed option to the right, and they come back with Shiner to the left. Just a little, like, delay action in there.
Rain lightening up a little bit, but still coming down, and we can see it into the lights. 3-man front, they give it to Shiner. He is a hole. He barrels through. It's going to be depend on the spot if the line to gain is matched. It's going to be about a yard short of the Perfect Storm Renovations first down.
Howie Shiner, 5'9", 225 pounds. Look at this. He just gets in there on the ISO, good ball security, and just keeps those legs driving. He's a 4-year starter, 2-year captain. Coach Cinti just couldn't sing that young man's praises because of how hard he works in the classroom, which Coach Cinti said really is an asset.
Arnold leading the way for Shiner. Shiner breaks through. Almost broke it out. Somehow got out of the pack. And he's up to the 33-yard line. Gain of 5 and a Perfect Storm Renovations first down.
You get a steady diet of 225-pound running back. Look at number 50 get in there, kicking that out. The fullback.
Didn't wrap him up.
It didn't wrap. And it's just a real simple thing we talk about all the time with football.
Give it back to him. Up quickly. Wilkes-Barre trying to go with a little rhythm. About 6 now for Shiner again. Maybe 5. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Keep it going,
just
baby.
Keep it running.
Look at that. Again, and he just is such a good, smart football player. There was nothing there. He spun out of it, and that was the previous play.
Shiner goes out to take a breather. Underwood gets the pitch. He's got more speed. But Dallas rides him, no gain, out of bounds. Lewis up there looks like to make the tackle, and he does.
Well, we know Underwood is a slasher-type runner with his speed. Look at it. He gets to the outside, but look how fast the blue jerseys. They beat stalk blocks. They get rid of the receivers, and then they're making the tackles.
I don't know. You make the calls. Is it time for a little play action or something just to get – I mean, Dallas is in basically a 0 secondary.
Yes.
I mean, at this point.
Like
right?
I said, they got 10 guys up in the box. They're jamming everything inside, forcing you to pass. But again, they got some blitzes dialed up, and you can see right now they're going to be coming off the edge.
Howell's just going to keep him himself, get a yard gain, so 4th down and 3 for Wilkes-Barre.
This is that time in the second quarter where you talk about, okay, keep the drive alive. If they can get points now, here we go. Howell in there, nice job reading that.
Fife makes the tackle. Along with Stevens. So 4th down again for the Wolfpack. Now they're going to come back into the huddle. They have 2 timeouts remaining in this half, or under 4 to play in the half. Dallas scored 2 first quarter touchdowns. That's where we stand right now in this Wyoming Valley Conference Division I matchup.
Timeout Wolfpack. That's their second timeout of the first half.
Quick break, 3:26 left here in the half. We are back on 4th down. Howell trying to get it to Bodie, in and out of his hands. He had it for a moment. Dallas holds on downs.
Coverage on the play by number 77, John Cummings. Mountaineers take over on down.
So the pass goes incomplete. Nice try by Wilkes-Barre, trying to do something.
Well, again, take them out of the comfort zone. Let Shiner be the decoy on that.
So Dallas now will back out. They're going to be at their own 25 on this series to start. Zapatiki pump fake. They're going to try it long, and Pachevsky's open. Down to Zach Pachevsky, sheds 1 tackle, and then finally goes out of bounds inside Wolfpack territory, about the 44-yard line.
What a great call. Again, terrible weather, not a great ball, didn't get great grip, but look at Pachevsky. Nice job stepping, looking, and he did step out of bounds, but he was like, dag, I had that, coach.
35-yard gain. I guess the team that can throw may be the team that wins tonight, Jan.
Well, and again, with this terrible weather that they're playing in.
Pachevsky feeling hot. Big gain into the secondary, but a flag back near the line of scrimmage. This is going to be a hold against the Mountaineers. Nice run, but coming back.
Zach Pachevsky's just a dynamite player in there, and his confidence is exuding right now. He's just like, give me the ball, feed me the rock, and we're going.
Holding. Offense, number 85, 10 yards from the previous spot. Still first down.
That's the tight end Farrell called on the hold as Pachevsky cut it back to the inside. So back to the Mountaineer territory for Dallas.
10-yard
and bring up a 1st and 20. 3:02 left in the half. Zapatiki going to have 2 sidecars with him. And he's going to pump fake again and then set up a screen to Geske. Shed 1 tackle, gets about 10 back. Saraceno on the tackle for Wilkes-Barre.
He saw number 76, Sobelski, and number 54 in there, doing a nice job setting that screen up. They didn't go downfield. They were within the 4 yards of the line of scrimmage. 76, 54, nice job in there. Just all they did was they shielded the guys, and they got 10 yards back.
So Dallas going to make the call from the sidelines. Zapatiki against Crestwood was his best game this year, 243 yards. They give it back to Bachevsky. He's caught by, I think it's Battle again. He's having himself a first half. He is giving fits to that offensive line. It's a tackle for a loss for DJ Battle, 5th on the year.
He just, I mean, look how elusive he is. He's hitting, spinning, and I can't give him enough credit for how hard he's running. But Battle does a great job in there, shutting that down. Yeah,
sheds the block and then gets his long hands in there. He's 6'4".
230 pounds. He's a specimen.
Wilkes-Barre's defense has really stepped up this second quarter.
They really have. They're keeping this game close. The offense just has to start finding their way now with the Mountaineers defense.
I think Coach Minow is going to take a timeout here. 1:15 and counting. He'll take the timeout, bring his team over, and not give Wilkes-Barre any more time than they need. Let's go down to Amanda with some special guests. Hey, Amanda.
Hey, guys. I'm in the Perfect Storm student section, joined by Scarlett and the girls soccer team and the rest of the student section here at Dallas, trying to stay dry. What makes your student section so special?
Our student section is so special because the environment, everyone always shows up. Our football team is great, and we always have a great time here.
Now, was there ever any doubt that you guys were going to come tonight? It is homecoming, but this weather, did you ever think about skipping?
No, we didn't. I mean, we knew it was going to rain. We've been looking at it. We're already all here in white, and it's homecoming. Our friends are out on the court, and we're excited.
Now, you guys come out here to support those football players, but do they come to support you guys at soccer games?
Yes, they do. We're seniors now, me and Shelby, and they always come out and they support us. We're doing great.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Scarlett, and good luck with the rest of your soccer season.
Thank you.
Good job, guys. Stay dry down there. Hey, this is the things you talk about.
Hey, you know,
later in life, you're like, remember that rain game?
Do you remember we were soaked to the bone?
Yeah, a little reverse. Bachevsky. Can he get to the corner? He can, but he's taken and ridden down. Just a 5-yard gain. Bodie comes up to make the tackle. But it'll be 4th and long now. And does Cyril Cindy call a timeout, or does he just let the clock roll? Wilkes-Barre will get the ball to begin the third quarter. As you take a look at the tackle.
They will. Look at that. Nice job in there. But what I was looking at on the field is 54, A.J. Fife, the senior guard, just came out holding his shoulder. He's on the bench right now getting checked out by a great trainer, Joe Junta.
Coach Manello is going to leave the offense out. Let's see if it's just a decoy. He's going to run the clock down. About 9-second difference between the play clock and the game clock. Coach Cinti seems like he just wants to run it out as well. Regroup and come back out and get the ball, which you think a wise decision?
Absolutely. I mean, you're only down 14, horrible weather. All they have to do is now, their defense is hitting. They just got to get their offense going now.
Well, Shiner's run the ball a little bit, but then when he comes out, they can't do anything with Underwood. So, been a back and forth game. Dallas opened this game up, look on fire, 10-play drive. Then they got a big run from Geske, and since then, both teams have really gone back and forth inside their territories. And that's where we are, 14-0. Coming up in the Toyota halftime report, it's going to be homecoming, so we're going to have an extended halftime here in Dallas.
Well, I know Zach Pacheski's done a great job, and he's been under the tutelage of his uncle, Rob Kushke. So, I mean, Rob's son did a tremendous job when he played at Lehman, so I'm sure he's given him pointers along his career.
Of course, Brady Zapatiki, also his brother Ryan,
yes,
of course, coaching him. Steven is here. They lost their father a few years ago. Ryan is a dentist here. Remember, he helped this team get to the state title game and then set many records.
He certainly
finished second
did.
or third in the Harlan Hill at Shippensburg. So very smart kid, the dentist here in the Back Mountain, and coaching up the team. Also, I think he's running a little bit of the offense.
He is running the offense, and that's when you had alluded to Coach Manello changing with the times. He's turned the offense over. He's changed his terminology. The signals coming in are coming from Zabatikis. They understand this offense, and they're doing a tremendous job executing.
So on 4th down, 9 seconds left in the half. Zabatikis going to throw it up there, see if he gets a penalty or a play, and it just goes incomplete. Wilkes-Barre had it for an interception. Falls down. So the turnover on downs officially. 3 seconds left in the half.
I would imagine coach is just going to take a knee. Let's go in. Let's dry off. Let's talk about the offense, because defensively they're actually, I like the way they're playing. They're really.
Yeah, they're keeping this one really close, where they could have had a blowout. That line is really taken over, and Battle on defense playing really well. As I mentioned, halftime report coming up. Check in on the Fox 56 News first at 10. Check in on the home, the roof, raising the roof, and then we'll be back inside to give you some stats and highlights. Amanda's going to catch up with Coach Manello right now. As soon as they're ready in a second, let's go down to her now, down on the field. Amanda with Coach.
Coach, how is the weather impacting what you're trying to get done?
It is, and it's raining on both teams.
Coach, how would you assess your team's performance in the first?
Right now, we've been dialed in. We got to finish it off. We got to have a great halftime here, make adjustments, and we got to come out and play football.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thanks, Amanda. Thanks, Coach. Gonna get dry. 14-0 the score here. Team number 4 headed trying to stay undefeated here in the Back Mountain.
You're watching Manuka Subaru Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by USA Metal Roofs on MyTV WQMY.
Welcome back to Friday Night Rivals on MyTV WQMY. The Dallas Mountaineers lead the Wilkes-Barre Wolfpack 14-0 at the half, and the rain is not slowing down. Let's check in now with Toby Grisenda from NEPA Builders to learn more about raising the roof.
Hi, I'm Toby Grisenda with NEPA Builders. I'm proud to announce the second annual Raising the Roof contest is back. Raising the Roof is a partnership of NEPA Builders, Fox 56, and 84 Lumber to replace a roof for a local family in need. Last year's roof giveaway was a huge success, and we are excited to give back to local families who need a helping hand.
I was completely surprised. I didn't know that was even possible. I had several tumors throughout my body and had to undergo cancer treatment, radiation, chemotherapy. I can't say enough about these people and how wonderful it is that they're doing this for us today.
Send in nominations for a local family that you feel could use a helping hand right now. Go to NEPABLDRS.com to nominate someone today. Join us in building a better Northeast.
Thank you, Toby. Before the game, we're happy to present the Dallas School District and Athletic Director Mike Richards here. A donation of $250 on behalf of Manuka Subaru and MyTV WQMY. Well, we'll tell you, we come back inside to a dry press box, so we apologize to Amanda and the crew. They're doing an awesome job in this rain. But it's 14-0. It's been a little bit sloppy in the second quarter, probably because of the weather, but Dallas did come out, control most of that first quarter, and that's where we're at right now.
They did. They opened up with that 10-play drive, over 4 minutes taken off of the clock, keep the ball away from Wilkes-Barre, and they've just taken control of this game. I mean, right now the total yards, 177 for Dallas, 72 for Wilkes-Barre. They just can't get their offense going. We know Shiner's their guy. I mean, right now we have touchdowns from Pacheski and from Geske. I mean, that Pacheski's 59-yard, that was amazing. I think that could be on the highlight film for next week for the national game.
That was a great highlight. And before we take a look at some halftime highlights, how about Wilkes-Barre? The second quarter, their defense has really stepped up. Battle's playing really well. They've held Dallas pretty much in check that quarter. But again, they get the ball to begin the third quarter. What do they need to do in the second half?
Well, I think they're going to establish Shiner in there. I mean, he's just a tremendous runner. And by the time the fourth quarter rolls around, 225 pounds, that really takes a toll on the defense, especially when a defense hasn't really had to play 4 quarters like Dallas has done.
Okay, let's check out how Dallas started this game, and it was on a positive note. Geske picks up the first touchdown after the 10-play, 65-yard drive. 2 plays in, there you go, Geske again. It was a nice drive inside the one after the 10 plays.
And now
Wilkes-Barre gets the ball, intercepted.
Right, and great position there by number 7. Turpek does a nice job. Now, watch this. They go with a little misdirection in here, and watch Pacheski just right in here. Stop and go, stop and go. Hit ball security. I mean, that is coached up here like no one's business. And great job by Geske getting downfield. Look at that. It just refuses to stop. Offensive lineman down there getting involved and having a ball.
What you might notice in those highlights, the lack of rain, but it's gotten heavier throughout the second quarter. We'll check in on it with Amanda just a few minutes. But you mentioned the national highlights. Maybe we will make Pacheski's highlight next week, but we didn't make this week. But again, around the country, Friday Night Rivals taking place, and as always, great highlights there. So let's check them out now as we go to break.
The best Thursday Night Lights and Friday Night Rivals highlights from across the country.
Cotterill, the West Point commit. West Ashley looking to make a shot downfield. He finds his man. It was Ethan Renew, the sophomore, making the biggest play of his season.
This could very well be the ball game. Dreer looking to get within 1 with the touchdown. We'll throw the same pass to the other side right there and caught. Touchdown, Dreer.
He's able to run. Oh, and he's leveled. It's Xavier Jones again.
Throwing deep. It tipped. He got it. And caught by Charleston. Touchdown. He fell, but he's in.
In the backfield, bit of a bad snap. It went wild, but Robertson takes it himself and dives, and he's got the touchdown.
This kid makes things happen when not everything's going right.
Be fielded right at the goal line, and the Clemens Buffaloes bring it out across midfield and break it. Across the 35 to the 40, down the sideline, and gone. An opening night touchdown return. Here's Miles Davis. This kid is a Texas A&M commit. He is the real deal. He finds a seam. He's breaking it across the 30 to the 35. He's still on his feet. Watch out. Davis to the 40. Gets a block. Got to get one more. Touchdown.
Well, a lot of umbrellas in the stands tonight. Got your wet gear out, and a lot of people under that tent as well on the field. 14-0 your score back here at a rainy Mountaineer Stadium. Well, race for the playoffs, Coach, is on. Let's check through the District 2 standings here. Dunmore and Mid-Valley, Riverside, Susquehanna. Riverside beating Old Forge, Mid-Valley's winning, and Dunmore beating Honesdale, Coach, 14-7 at the half. So it should be one of those four get in. We'll have the playoffs, and that'll be a battle in AA.
It really is. And look at Holy Cross being 3-5. I mean, good for them. I mean, they have, I think, 18 kids on the team, so they're battling. Lakeland, I mean, is a complete rebuild, and I know Coach Pawarchik up there, he said that he's got a great underclass coming up, so they'll be back. But Dunmore, you know, I mean, the Bucks, Coach McHale's doing a great job out there.
And Riverside's got some players back. Garvey's came back. They're taking care of Old Forge easily tonight, 21-0. Go to 3A now, and again, probably the overwhelming favorite. Western Wayne we'll see next week against Honesdale. We'll see what they have in the books. But Western Wayne did win today, so they pick up win number 6. Hanover, Carbondale, both struggling as well as Lake Lehman. 4A, this is probably the toughest battle in District 2. You would think, there's 2 undefeated teams. Valley View winning tonight. Wyoming area down to Southern Columbia at the half. Don't count on Crestwood. And Nanticoke playing tough tonight against Shamokin.
And Nanticoke's really done nice. Coach Bruce has done a nice job down there with that wing tee. And Coach Dolan, we know he talked about how they're going to be struggling, the young guys. Berwick, still has an interim coach. And Tunkhannock last night lost pretty handily to Towanda, 55-7. But talk about the cream of the rising to the top. Wyoming area, Dallas. Valley View, I mean, next week they've got a big game.
They do against Prep on Saturday. That might determine where they are. Those will be the top 3. Crestwood obviously can't jump any of them, but you really want home field advantage because they get home field for 3 weeks.
Yes, they do, and that is huge, especially at this time of the year where you don't want to go on the road, especially if it's a miserable night. It's going to probably start getting cold. Hopefully, we don't get that white stuff coming down just
Don't
yet.
even say it. So let's go to 5, before you start saying that S word. Delaware Valley really on their way. They're really taking care of Scranton, putting it on them tonight. Abington battling North Pocono, don't have a score yet, but Del Val right now overwhelming favorite there.
They are, and Del Val. I mean, you look at 5-3, but those 3 opening road games that they went on the road. I mean, they went to Downingtown, Harrisburg. I mean, they just played Selinsgrove. I mean, they just played tough teams. Abington, Coach Repschitz, great year they're having there. They want to finish strong. Scranton, we know. We've seen them. Boy, you never know what. And Billy Maloney's a tremendous player.
Yeah. Well, Abington, Del Val, and next week at Abington on Saturday as well. So 6A, we don't show a lot of it, but if we show it, we're trying to get, that's the schedule for Dallas. So I was going to say Wilkes-Barre is in the mix. Strasburg's winning tonight. Wilkes-Barre needs to win a couple games. But,
yes.
Even at 5-5, they may make the playoffs. They take the top 8. It's a sub-regional. And
it's a sub-regional game, but when we go down into the Lehigh Valley, some of those teams are just like leagues. I mean, they battle week in and week out where, Wilkes-Barre doesn't really get a chance to play too many 6A teams, comparable size
But still
schools.
Some more practices for a younger team, I would say, for Wilkes-Barre. So they got a couple more weeks of practice maybe in there. Strasburg, and then a nice surprise they're winning as well.
But with Wilkes-Barre,
Okay, Amanda with a wet Cyril Cinti. Hope he's staying dry. Let's see what he says about his second half team, Amanda.
Coach, is the weather impacting your offense at all?
You know what? We're not going to make excuses because of the weather. Both teams are playing in it, so, I mean, it is what it is.
Still a 2-possession game. How important is this first possession? You get the ball here.
Again, we have to do something positive. We do something positive, it's a different game. That's all we have. We've been driving the ball the last couple of series, but we've been faltering down in the red zone. So, hey, we just have to finish these drives.
All right, Coach, good luck in the second. Thank you.
Yeah, look, Wolfpack are not out of this game at all, as you see the rain coming down a little bit more steadier. But again, both teams have to play in it. Dallas has shown that they can throw a little bit in the rain, and that's kind of been where they got things going. Wilkes-Barre has not been able to get their passing game going at all.
And again, I was expecting them to really come out in that Wolfpack formation and just try to run shine or just keep pounding the ball. We haven't seen that. And again, they were down 7-0, so you don't have to change it. 14-0, you really don't have to be too concerned at this point. But they've got to come out like Coach Cinti said, and we said that in the first half. They do something well, and then they back them. They shoot themselves in the foot.
Yep. Let's take a look at our top 10. Again, every Tuesday night, Amanda and I will have our Friday Night Rivals top 10. Selinsgrove, all the top teams pretty much winning. Wyoming area, the only one that's not. Danville is winning. Troy doing a nice job against Oilside. What was it, 21-7?
Yes.
So they may be the surprise team in AA in District 4. Watch out for the Trojans of Troy. They play Canton next week, who's losing to Milton. So some big games. We'll see how it all plays out. Selinsgrove, Jersey Shore, probably cream of the crop down there. They're going to probably battle in a couple weeks for that District 4 title, and then the winner going on into the state playoffs. So
Lackawanna Trail was like 45-0, but again, they're playing Holy Cross.
Yeah,
and
you can't go by that. And Prep beating a Wyoming Valley West. So that's our top 10 this week. Playoffs right around the corner. We will have some playoff games for you. Next week, don't forget, Honesdale taking on Western Wayne in the Shrine Bowl, Pike Shrine Bowl, up there in Wayne County. Our first trip to Western Wayne, looking forward to seeing that. They turned it around. Of course, Coach Wolf not there any longer. But again, a lot of those kids came through that system, and they have a lot of talent. Honesdale seems to be in every game, but just can't get over that hump. And again, they were beating Dunmore early on tonight, 7-0. Dunmore, the Bucks, have come back with 14 straight, and they lead at the half. But don't count on Honesdale. Not a bad team.
No, Coach Russick's done a tremendous job up there. He's been very patient with his players, and the community is also backing him, even though they knew, they expect them to win week in and week out. But the kids are battling. They're playing 4 quarters up there.
Okay, Wilkes-Barre gets the ball to begin. Let's see how special teams may impact this at all. I mean, A lot of weapons out there. So Lawback has it teed up. He is all ready to go. Underwood looks like he's back there, and maybe Bodie, but we'll check on that. They have not been kicking it deep. They've been kicking it to one of the up men, Lopez, for the last few times, and they will do that again. Taken by one of the up men. He just falls down. Probably could have carried it up for about 2 yards, but he did not. So Wilkes-Barre comes out under 100 total yards right now. They have it at the 25. Let's see what Nino Cinti has in mind for the second half here for his team.
Yeah, like I said, I really, with the weather the way it is, I would just, come back to that Wolfpack formation and just keep pounding the ball. We've seen how Shiner can just be, looks like he's tackled and they've got him and he just spins away and he gets yardage.
I mean, Howe can throw the ball against Wallenpaupack this year, 269 through the air, 3 touchdowns, both career highs. So he can throw the ball. The sophomore, they're going to come out throwing. Who is open? Over to the middle, and it's almost picked off. He was trying to get Bidsky, but Malarkey, he kind of didn't see him right there.
He didn't see him, and that's tough. Again, there was a lot of pressure. Look at that, right in his face. He really didn't have time to get his feet set. He's scrambling, trying to make something happen. Oh, Malarkey. The junior's going.
That's what Wilkes-Barre, I mean, their first possession of the game, they threw an interception. Almost the first possession, first play of the second half, almost a INT, almost a pick 6. So they're lucky there. Wolfpack back at it. They're going to go to the air again. They're not going to be afraid of the rain. They're going to go down deep, and that is picked off. Intercepted by Gavin Lewis, his first INT of the season, and the second turnover for the Wolfpack.
This isn't what, again, don't force the ball down. You're in this game. You can't have those type of mental mistakes right there, that you overthrow the receiver right where the defensive back was. And again, Dallas gets a great break, decent field position to start their first drive of the second half.
I have to ask, you surprised they just didn't try to run Shiner?
I really am. I understand that you want to say, hey, we're not afraid to throw the ball, but get a first down here or there. Keep things going.
Well,
grind it out with the big guy.
It's that second INT for Howell. Dallas has the ball, 14-0. Just 18 seconds into this half. Sabaticki left side, tripped up. About a yard gain.
Well, they just went with some misdirection. They used Geske there as a decoy. You saw him go to the right on that zone.
They have a hold against the Mountaineers. So a couple penalties have cost Dallas tonight on possessions. That one is going to back them up 10 more.
And that's the thing that Coach Manello, every coach, gets frustrated at. You do something well, and then, they get caught holding.
Block in the back, offense number 3. 10 from the previous spot, still first down.
So there you saw Pachevsky going to be called for the block in the back.
And again, when that happens, that means the play was probably away from, no, you can see how his body is. He was coming in. Look, they probably were thinking he was going to do a crackback on number 33 there.
On 13.
13,
Howard.
excuse me.
So the Wildcat, they go quickly. This is Geske, and DJ Battle wraps him up about a couple yards on that.
And this is what we said, the defense has done a great job containing this Dallas offense, keep limiting them to 14 points, and you'll just see Battle again, 51-76 coming in. He just sheds the blocks and makes the tackle.
I just wonder how much of a hurry the offense will be in. Up 14-0, rain.
Put the pressure on their offense because their offense is struggling right now.
Zapatiki up through, back to past the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and long now facing Dallas. So a nice little run. At least it's manageable now.
Yeah, get you back onto your play calling sheet. That's, we're normal, 3rd and 8. That's good as opposed to 3rd and 13 or 18.
Well, one thing you don't want to do if you're Dallas is turn the ball over through the air. So let's see what happens. 4-man front for the Wolfpack.
Well, they've been a multiple defense all year. We've seen them go to a 3-4, 4-4, 4-3. Right now they're playing their base 4-4.
Straight quarterback sneak. Wilkes-Barre's ready for that. Great tackle. Coming up was Gabe Saraceno, this junior.
Nice job that way as they plug it. Look at that. Feed off of it, they saw that the offensive lineman pulled, they flowed to it, they stepped up into their gaps and nowhere to run, forcing Dallas to punt.
So Laubach again, been out there a lot since the second quarter. High hanging kick. Takes a huge Mountaineer bounce. And Wilkes-Barre is going to be really backed up. Worst field position of the night for Wilkes-Barre area at the 7-yard line. I mean, they've had it at the 50 to inside Mountaineer territory, and they did nothing. Let's see what they can do from way back.
Well, and again, that was the offense stalled after they got a key turnover. So that's a win for Wilkes-Barre area right now.
The series, Dallas leads this series 3-1. 2021, 45-0 Dallas won. Dallas won 34-13. And in 19, Dallas won 35-7. So Wilkes-Barre picked up their first win over the Mountaineers as a school. That was last season, but so far tonight, nothing going. So the offense back out. Give it to 16, Shiner. Still carrying players up to the 10. Doesn't seem anybody wants to go low on him and get his legs. He's like dragging four or five guys.
I mean, he is only 5'9", and he's 225
I don't think
pounds.
he's that, just so you know. I interviewed him
with
the
the
other
cleats,
day. Okay.
with the cleats on, you know. But that's what makes it so hard to bring him down. And you see there's 5 light powder blue jerseys there trying to take him down, and he just keeps those legs chugging.
Yeah, Shiner, 220 yards this year against Hazleton and a touchdown. That's his high. Of course, he was forced into duty because Makai Nelson and Naquan Johnson went off to St. Thomas More in Connecticut before the season even started. Surprised almost everybody, including the coaching staff. So maybe I don't think that caused the first 2 losses because they had time to regroup. But you know, when Makai Nelson was a 1,000-yard runner, and he's gone just like that, and you're planning on him being there, and who's going to step in? Give credit to Shiner.
Yes, I mean, having 2 of your studs on offense leave you literally 2 days before camp starts, you know, that puts you in a bind and you start scrambling. And Shiner, a 4-year starter, 2-year captain, he just took it in stride and just does his best that he can.
Best pass of the night and connection. Out to Gambitsky, but they're going to be short, and Dallas is going to stay in. Down 14 from their own 12. Did they get Dallas to move? They did. Second time tonight.
Encroachment.
Wow.
Number 64 on the defense. It's a 5-yard penalty.
Well,
results in a first down.
Coach Manello is not going to be happy about that. Howe has something in his tone or something. That's the second time tonight, Coach.
It is, and just to get that, the voice inflection, he got him, he jumped him, and the thing was, he was moving backwards. So
I don't know, but gave the ball to Shiner, and Shiner pops through up for 9.
That's what Shiner does. And that's what I really, really enjoy watching that young man. He puts his nose to the grindstone, just keeps going.
You almost feel like he's sooner or later they're going to break one.
He is, and that's what he's done all year. That's how he's gotten those 9 touchdowns prior.
Give it back to him. That way, here the linebackers now come up. Again, 10 men in the box. Van Norden right there. Really no gain on that. Well, they gave him a first down, so it was a figure law first down after the last run.
Well, Fife does a nice job coming in there, too, wrapping up. Number 5 comes in there. You know, Van Orden, they're got to gang tackle that young man.
Rain's kind of lightened up. Play action here, Coach. You going to call it?
I think
and
a little.
Second down?
Well, I don't think I'd go with boot because the field is still slick, but yeah.
Nope, straight drop back, a little quick out, and they connect. Bodie makes his first catch of the night. He stepped out of bounds right at the line to gain, so 10-yard completion.
Well, they had a max protection on in there. Both they went into the split back guns, and they had both the halfbacks at that time max protecting, which means they didn't go out for the pass. So it was a 3 pattern
Bodie's 19th catch with the Wilkes-Barre Wolfpack. He's only made in
you said he came from West
4
Scranton?
games. Yeah, played at West Scranton last year. Transferred to the offseason. Howell chased. He's got room and gets 5 yards. Good job by the sophomore signal caller.
He saw that. That was really good heads up. Again, pressure in it. That time they did max protect. They did a nosebleed stunt where they bring both inside linebackers into the A gaps, and he had nowhere to go and does a nice job turning a negative into a positive.
So, officials timeout after the 4-yard gain. Yeah, Evan Lambert-Bodie was just approved by District 2 to play. And he's a senior, so he came in, I think, end of last year from West Scranton. Then he's been cleared to play, and he's made an impact with 18 catches and 5 touchdowns.
He has, and that's the process any student athlete has to go through if they're transferring. They've got to basically go through a hearing. Why are you transferring? It's got to be for educational purposes. It cannot be for athletic.
Here comes the blitz. They pick it up. Howell threw it. It bounced to his receiver, and they're going to say it's caught. I thought it bounced, but they're going to call it a completed pass inside Mountaineer territory.
The Dallas fans are going crazy right now. What a great
19.
scramble.
Yeah.
Let's
down
see.
to the 44. I thought it bounced from my eye. Let's look.
Sands were there.
I don't know. I thought it bounced right.
Great camera work. I love it. We have the best in the business.
Yeah, well,
Bob.
Cyril Cinti like these right there. Howell back again. Going to throw it long. Trying to hit him on the run, and it is.
He's got to
both
wrestle
had
that
it.
in.
It's going to be a completion, I believe. It is. Wilkes-Barre with a big play. Down to Bodie at the 10.
This is what they needed to do. They're airing it out. Nice ball in the rain. Bodie fighting for that. Great secondary coverage right there by Dallas.
30-yard gain, biggest gain of the night for Wilkes-Barre, and on cue, Bodie's coming up with some big plays on this drive. So they start from the 6, and they get all the way down inside the Kelly Mahinger red zone after the figure law first down. Back to Shiner, I'm sure. They do left side. He fights up to the 8, so it's 2nd and goal.
They just go right in there. ISO play, you see the fullback coming in there, hits the first linebacker, but the other linebacker scraped, the outside linebacker scraped inside and got that first hit.
Just fine. I chuckle because they had great field position in the first half. 3 or 4 times they couldn't do anything. They start at the 6, boom. Maybe, you know what, that's maybe what it takes, right?
It does. Let's get going. Now the offense is finding their stride.
Just down 14 here midway through this 3rd quarter. Howell back, had a receiver, and goes out of bounds. I think he had Bodie quick, but he was reluctant to get it to him. 5 came over to knock it down, so 3rd and goal now.
He had Bodie, but there was another receiver that did a great job working in the end zone that was wide open. He went away from the coverage, sat down into the dead zone, but Howell was just under duress there, couldn't find him.
A team that averages 29 points per game, shut out so far by a very good Dallas defense. Knocking on the door, though. He's going to roll right. He's looking back left. He lost the ball. The wet ball tried to switch hands. Instead, he loses almost 8 yards back to the 14-yard line, 4th and goal.
You see right there, he's going. He's pointing, and then it was like trying to get the ball up to throw, and it looked like he was doing a flip option there.
13th play of this drive for Wilkes-Barre, and it's 4th and goal now from the 14. And we have an injured Wolfpack player with a knee down with 5:01 left in this 3rd quarter.
Well, interesting. Bob, I always do this at the beginning of every game. I match up the offensive line versus defensive line. Wilkes-Barre's offensive line averages 270 pounds. Dallas's defense, 205. But their linebackers are playing tremendous. They're plugging the gaps, not giving any room to run.
Oh, Dallas showing some quickness there. Now, again, that's what they do. Talk about that. I think Saraceno is the down player, number 50. 15 for Wilkes-Barre. Gabe Saraceno, the junior, looks like Coach Cinti, you can see motioning, got poked in the eye. So that's what they're checking on 4th and 14. So a great drive for Wilkes-Barre. In this rain, your field goal kicker probably not the best idea, so they're going to have to go for it.
Well, they've done a nice job with this drive. Beautiful drive. It's a shame that if they don't punch any points in on this, you know, it's all for naught. They started their own 6. They're down now. They were at Dallas' 6-yard line. So
13th play of the drive. He rolls right. I think you can throw it across the field. He might have somebody. How back? He has time. To the end zone. Tipped and incomplete, but Dallas holds, and they will take over at the 15-yard line.
Well, Dallas' secondary, they went into a different type of look. You see he had time, Howe had time to throw the ball, but again, they dropped an extra man back there, so they had 6 defenders back there. Great job by the defense coordinator for Dallas to make sure that pass was not anywhere to be found.
So the ball will be at the 14 officially. So that 13-play drive comes up with 0 points, and Wilkes-Barre still trails as the rain continues to fall here at Mountaineers Stadium. They'll go back to the run to Geske. They've held him in check pretty much all night. The longest run of the night went to Pajewski, but Geske kept his legs going for 11.
Look at that nice combo block there by the right side of the offensive line, making sure they look for the second linebacker, and Geske does what he does best, baby. He's got 12 touchdowns on the year. He's rushed for over 800 yards. I mean, he's just a powerhouse.
All 14 of the points in tonight's game scored in the first quarter. Dallas, one of the more successful programs since Rich Manello has taken over. Took them to a state final where they lost, but 56-13 over the last 5 seasons. Back up to the middle. Wilkes-Barre does a nice job taking down Geske. Just 1-yard gain. You know what? For as long as they had the ball, Wilkes-Barre, it didn't seem like a lot of time came off the clock. Just 3:50 and counting now. We're only in the third, so plenty of time left.
That's how this has just been a back and forth battle to start this second half.
Back to Geske and hit behind the line of scrimmage.
Don't look like yourself.
That looked like Gene Ardo, I think, number 25, 5'11", 180-pound sophomore.
Yeah.
They run that counter tray. They pull the right guard, right tackle, and right there does a nice job.
So that's Ardo's first tackle for a loss on the season. So it brings up 3rd and 6 now for Dallas, trying to get players in and out of the huddle.
Well, they got plenty of time. There's 16 seconds left on the play clock. They're in good shape.
Zapatiki overthrows Pajewski, but he had pressure in the box, kind of forced him to rush that pass, and the Wilkes-Barre defense again comes up big.
You'll see that they go with this, and he steps up into the pocket, looking, and again, it's just his hand placement on that ball. And again, I know the ball is slick right now, and, you know, that's okay. You know, I mean, there was no harm, no foul, so they have to punt the ball.
Well, Laubach's done a nice job with his hang time tonight, not giving any chances for this good return team. Again, he hangs it up there. And a fair catch at the 36-yard line. And Wilkes-Barre will take over right there, still trailing. It's 14-0 as Howard had it.
Yep.
So let's see if Wilkes-Barre can put another drive together and get something on the board.
Well, now it's the offense. They've got to complete that now. You've did a great job moving all the way downfield. Now, let's get in that red zone and let's punch it in now. They've got to be more efficient, obviously.
Dallas defense has been stout all year long. And they're going to try reverse to Bodie. And Bodie lays a shoulder down. Picks up a nice gain of about 6.
Evan Bodie, the
Trying to get your ball, you handing the ball to the playmakers.
You
right,
have
Coach?
to. You put it in their best hands and best legs. And right now, Dallas has switched their defense from their 4-4 to a 3-4 defense on that one.
Shiner powering through. Has a figure law first down for Wilkes-Barre.
They just run the ISO play, fullback leads up through, and you see Shiner just coming up there and doing what he does best. I mean, I'm singing that young man's praises because he just is a hard-working kid and he runs really well.
They go back to number 16, out of the hole. He doesn't need much space, and he gets about 7. Up inside Wolfpack territory once again.
Dallas went back to their 4-4 defense in there. Get that extra man on the line of scrimmage, try to create pressure. Nice job finding that hole, and he gains 8 yards on that carry.
Fife with the tackle. Wilkes-Barre starting to go pick the pace up a little bit on offense. The blitz comes in. Shiner powers through, has another figure law first down.
And you'll notice that they sent both those linebackers to the left side. They went to the A-gap, B-gap, and Shiner didn't run away from it. He went right to it. And he was just like, okay, I'm going to go to where you were. And he got a key first down to keep this drive alive.
1 minute left in the third. Wilkes-Barre trying to get on the board. Underwood, nowhere to go. Fife shoots in. Cummings.
Nice job
there,
defensively. And he's down right now. They run that outside ISO right there. 77 does a nice job shedding the fullback, wrapping. And that's the fullback, I believe.
Yeah, I think that was Ardo.
Yep.
Ardo, the player that down, 57 seconds left.
Oh. Tomorrow is another all-day college football Saturday on Fox. Game 1 kickoff is at noon with a major rivalry game. Number 7, Penn State, and number 3, Ohio State.
That was a roar.
Then the Texas Longhorns battle the Houston Cougars, another roar. And it's at 8. It's Utah at USC. Get your fill of college football all day tomorrow, only on Fox 56.
You don't have to turn the channel, man. On the couch, 3 great games.
Wow, especially the noon one. That's
noon one's pretty good, right? Pretty good.
That's a good
Some people saying Penn State's best shot at being Ohio State. Maybe they're right. And we'll see tomorrow at noon down in Columbus. I think Fox's game day's there as well.
Yes, and yes they are.
Okay, back out after the injury. Howell going to go back to the other side, and Bodie almost caught it. But it then almost took a hit down there from Lewis.
Look at that. They kept 3 backs and sent the 1 back out on the wide. They were looking for him. He just couldn't get that. But great coverage. And that was a coverage by number 77, a defensive lineman going out there.
Well,
That's
officially
tremendous.
a linebacker coverage.
Yeah, I know, but
they got the matchup. I like the play call. Shiner's going to throw it. He's going to throw it up for grabs, and it's intercepted. 3rd pick of the night for Dallas. I believe that's number 9.
Yes.
Mike Lewis. His 2nd INT of the season.
Trying some trickery, and again, Shiner, he's a running back, folks. He's not a quarterback, and he threw that up there. You see, there were 6 blue jerseys around his receiver. I think they were trying to a variation of a Philly special there because that was how they was trying to hit.
Well, it didn't fool anyone, and Shiner probably shouldn't have thrown it. So you see the rain still coming down. It's pretty much been consistent since about 6 o'clock here tonight in the back mountain and all over the region. They go back to the ground game, and they give it to Lewis, who just picked it off. Give him a little bone, 3 yards for him.
You'll see right here, they just come back in here. They're just going to keep feeding the ball in there, and they're not going to do anything super crazy. They're just going to grind this clock out because they know that the offense for Wilkes-Barre is really stuttering, and this will take care of the 3rd quarter.
Well, Dallas had their chances. They just couldn't push it in. Excuse me, Wilkes-Barre had their chances. Dallas is leading, Coach, just so you know. Wilkes-Barre had chances. Dallas leading 14-0, fourth quarter on the way.
Welcome back to Friday Night Rivals on MyTV WQMY. The Dallas Mountaineers lead the Wilkes-Barre Wolfpack 14-0 after 3 quarters of play. It's still raining, but it's time now to meet our Scholar athletes. Every week we introduce you to 2 Scholar athletes who will have the chance to compete for a $5,000 scholarship at the end of the year. From Wilkes-Barre area, Kendall Krajewicki. Kendall is a member of the field hockey team and a member of the National Honor Society. She serves as her class treasurer and is the president of the History Club. Kendall is also a volunteer with the Wyoming Valley Challenger Baseball Organization, and after high school she would like to study biology in college. From Dallas, Elizabeth Viglone. She's the captain of both the girls soccer and basketball teams and is a member of Student Council, Key Club, and Junior Leadership Northeast. Tonight, she was named the Homecoming Queen. She's a peer tutor at the elementary schools and volunteers in her community. After high school, Elizabeth plans on studying nursing in college. 2 impressive young women, and it's so exciting to get to meet these girls and guys every week, and I can't wait to see all the videos that they have, and I look forward to seeing who wins our $5,000 scholarship in December.
Absolutely, as Dallas takes a timeout here early in the fourth quarter. Again, 2 more great representatives have a chance for a $5,000 scholarship. We've given it away before last couple of years, and again, very impressive resumes from all the student athletes.
Bob, I don't know how you guys do it. I mean, you must close the doors and it must be like a steel cage match, and they're trying to figure out who's going to win that scholarship, because all the kids are worthy. They are tops in their schools. They represent their community so well. It's just so neat to see these young men and women giving back to their communities and trying to do the best they can.
How about we check some scores from in the area? Mid-Valley leading West Scranton. Southern now pulling ahead from Wyoming area. I believe it was 38-7. Honesdale now down by 13. We'll see Honesdale and Western Wayne next week.
Mid-Valley over West Scranton 22-7. Wow, Jersey Shore just having their way with Brashear 56-0.
Try to set up a little screen, but great job by Wilkes-Barre. In there quickly, Coach, was Logan Sienkiewicz.
Yes. Great job from his linebacker spot. He read that perfectly, sniffed it out. Look at that. He took on the receiver and he hit the running back at the same time.
So it's another punt for Dallas. Wilkes-Barre's defense has really done a nice job, as we've praised them all night long. Ball block, little end over end. No fair catch signal. Dallas got confused, and Bodie brought it up, and they'll start inside Dallas territory, Coach. He took a risk, and it kind of paid off for him.
It did. Very elusive in there, because the last few times he has called for that fair catch, which has really been, he's done it very late. That time he didn't, and he got an extra 6 yards. Puts themselves in Dallas territory.
At the 48-yard line. Let's see if Dallas, again, they have the advantage in offense this quarter, but they have no points to show for it all game. Now, they have not been shut out this year.
And Wilkes-Barre's defense, Coach Eddie Michaels, who used to be the head coach at Valley West back in the day, has been longtime Coach Cynthia assistant and defensive coordinator. His kids are playing tremendous tonight. They've just got to get this offense, and when they start scoring, I think the defense will even be charged up even more.
Under 10 on the play clock as you see the rain continue here at Mountaineer Stadium. Howe rolling, has a little gap, gets it out, and it's a big hit out there. Goes incomplete, but Malarkey was teeing up Bodie.
Boy, he did a great job. Watch this, folks. Boom. I mean, shoulder pad, wrap, and he just forced that ball right out of there.
Wolfpack have gone to the air a lot in this third quarter, Coach, and into this fourth. A little surprising, but now they almost have to, they need points quickly. Little jet sweep. And Underwood going east and west, not north and south. Like a 1 yard gain.
You do 40 yards for one. That's not mathematically good statistic. Again, just trying to string that out. But look at how the Dallas defense keeps going with them. That's a great job with the stalk by Bodie out there on number 23. Gavin Lewis, the junior cornerback there.
Farrell was there, and Malarkey ended up coming up to make the hit. So on 3rd and long now, let's see what the Wolfpack have in store. They'll give it to Shiner right up the gap, trying to break him free. They get about 4, so it'll be 4th down and 5. Let's see if Coach Cinti goes for it or tries to pin Dallas deep again.
Well, their defense is playing pretty stout, but this has just got to be an opportunity. They've got to go for it. Run that ISO play, but number 25 keeps getting in his way. Gene Ardo, he's only a sophomore, folks. He's going to understand that. He's got to blow that up. His job is to sacrifice himself at that linebacker at the 2nd level and allow Shiner then to break free.
Let's see if Wilkes-Barre tries to draw them off sides. Dallas has already committed 2 of those. They don't. Howell going to roll to his right this time. Looking. He has a wide open player downfield. He missed him, and he just throws it out of bounds. He had someone streaking down the right side who was open.
Well, again, now you're seeing on the replay, he's rolling to his right. He's looking, he's scanning. But remember, he's a sophomore. Okay, yes. He started playing last year as a freshman. He's gotten so much better, and he's still got a world to go in terms of his education, in terms of playing quarterback.
He had Gabe Saraceno for a moment, if he threw it, down at the 10. I don't think he saw him and could get it that deep rolling out. So Zapaticki's going to go to the air. He rolls out, and he connects with Pashevsky over there. Now they're going to rule it a catch. Nope, incomplete. He bobbled it and didn't get a foot down.
Zach Pachewski made himself available on that. They ran like a flood pattern where they have a short, medium, and long, and he just couldn't get those feet inside. And again, high school, you only need 1.
Both offenses just trying to figure something out in this rainy Friday night. They'll hand it off up the middle to Geske, and only a yard gain. Good job by the interior once again for the Wolfpack. Well, as they say, Dallas may win this game ugly, but you know they have not put up much offense here in this second half.
And that's to Wilkes-Barre's defensive credit there. They're playing really nice tonight.
But 3 interceptions by Wilkes-Barre has been a problem, and they just couldn't get any offense. They did have an opportunity inside the 10, couldn't score any points. Give it to Geske. They string him out. There's that defense again, Coach.
Coach Michael's got to be really extremely proud of these guys. I know they're down 14 points, but they're containing a pretty potent offense right now, and they're doing a nice job flowing to the ball. They've got good reads. They're beating the blocks, and then they're gang tackling.
Bobby Deliskavich, the senior, made the first initial hit. And it'll be 4th down and long. They send out Roland Laubach again, who's getting a workout tonight for the punts. Let's see what Wilkes-Barre will do. You almost feel like a special teams play might be in order for Wilkes-Barre. Get some points on the board. Good end over a kick. Bodie picks it up on the run and takes a big hit by Farrell, knocks him out of bounds. But again, good field position for Wilkes-Barre to begin this drive.
NFL on Fox this Sunday starts with the NFL kickoff show at 11. Then at 4, the Pittsburgh Steelers battle the Los Angeles Rams. Fox NFL Sunday, only on Fox 56.
Okay, Wolfpack back out. Did have a nice couple drives in this second half, but no points to show for it. Let's see what Howell and company will like to do. He's thrown over for 1,200 yards, 16 touchdowns this year.
And then
tonight he has 3 interceptions.
And then number 15, Gabe Saraceno, the junior, jumped off sides.
Well, maybe he was going to get the ball. I mean, really, Wilkes-Barre's done a nice job tonight not committing penalties. I don't remember a lot on them.
Well, they had Saraceno lined up at the tight end spot. So that's, I mean, I know that's where he plays, but there it is, tight end seam.
Over the middle, they find Bodie. He's got room. He has a lot of speed. If he can get to the outside, and he does. This is what Wilkes-Barre wanted. Bodie down the sideline, and Bodie knocked out of bounds inside the 5-yard line.
Great job. Look at this. Nice play action pass. He comes, sees the open man, over pursued by the defense, which allowed him to cut back and gain a nice 35, 36 yards right there.
How about 60?
60, I apologize.
Give him more. Oh, they fumbled it, but they get the Shiner. Can he carry guys in? Shiner to the end zone. They don't give it to him. He's about a half-yard short. What a play. Wilkes-Barre now knocking on the door inside the Kelly Mahinder red zone after that big connection with Bodie. Dallas unable to get anybody on. They're probably offsides. All kinds of movement. The ball goes flying, and let's see what the call is going to be. I think they stopped it before the play. Dallas had a lot of players running in and out.
Personnel change.
.606 left. I think the ball was over, but
at half the distance to the goal, it's still second down.
Okay, so they did stop the play, so it's second down now. The ball really touching the end zone line. If there wasn't a need for a tush push, it's coming right now.
Well, again, I wouldn't be surprised to see that Wolfpack formation we talked about earlier, and they love going to the left side where their big guys are 310 and their 275ers.
Wet ball. Shiner. He's in. Wilkes-Barre's on the board. Took a while, but they finally break through, and they cut this lead in half with the extra point.
Well, if you need tough yardage, that's the man I'd hand the ball to every time. Howie Shiner's doing a great job for the Wolfpack in there. And he just, again, that extra effort, and then he makes it look easy.
So Bodie's connection was about 55 yards. My bad. 3 plays, 59-yard drive. Key extra point by Sanchez is up and through. So the lead's cut in half. 5:49 remaining, and we'll take a timeout. Got ourselves a game now here in the Back Mountain. Lead's been cut in half. It's been a 14-0 lead for a while. Wilkes-Barre finally on the board after a big pass play and run, and it's 14-7. The CarVision Nissan kickoff now from Galino, the freshman. He boots it long. It goes into the end zone for a touchback for Wilkes-Barre. So the way this Wolfpack defense is playing, Dallas has got to find some action, get this clock down, or Wilkes-Barre is going to get the ball back.
And again, now the momentum, the offense finally got pay dirt. They're feeling pretty good. The defense, you see Coach Michaels there. He's the defensive coordinator. Again, his defense has been playing great all night. They've hung in there. This is the time now. They've really got to step their defensive game up. Force it 3 and out and get the ball back with a few minutes to go.
Here we go. Zapatiki, they shifted over into the Wildcat. It's Pashevsky, but Wilkes-Barre does a nice job again. Great job by Wilkes-Barre Gambitsky coming up to make the tackle after just a yard gain.
Trayvon Gambitsky, 6'1", 108-pound sophomore. So Wilkes-Barre, they've sprinkled all sorts of experience in there, from freshmen, sophomores, all the way up to their veteran guys like Shiner, who's a 4-year starter.
Zapatiki now will take the snap. Change the play. 5 minutes to go in this game. 7-point lead for the Mountaineers. Trying to remain undefeated on the season and win the Division I Wyoming Valley Conference title. Zapatiki, minimal gain, maybe about 2 yards.
Boy, if we could get that end zone shot for that last play, you're going to see the center, Dan Sobolski, do a great job on the combo block, and then he comes off and he bangs into the linebacker. Great job. Watch right here at the center. You saw him step to the left, and now you see him go right back into the center of your screen, gets that first hit on linebacker. Nice job.
So a big third down play. Gabe Saraceno for Wilkes-Barre had the tackle. Zapatiki to throw. Little quick out. Coming back and dropping the ball is Gavin Lewis. And great defense again by number 12, Gambitsky. We call his name several times.
Again, a sophomore. Look at that nice hit. Look where his right arm covered the right arm of the receiver, not allowing him to make that completion, or excuse me, the reception.
So Dallas's defense, which has really played well since the second quarter, has come up big again. They'll get the ball back. Takes a big Dallas roll. But again, good field position for Wilkes-Barre at their own 43-yard line, Coach.
Well,
with the momentum, as you said.
Let's get back to work. We saw them start at their own 6, and they stalled at the 6. So this is pretty good field position for them to get started and get this drive going. You can see Coach Manello there. He's just, okay, he's been through this before.
This offense for Dallas really has not done anything in the second half. Wilkes-Barre certainly outplayed them, but they're still down by 7. Let's see now what Howe and company can do. Offsides, the call. Looks like the initial signal. Let's see what Greg Zumchak has to say. It is Dallas. That's their third offsides tonight.
That'll be addressed this week at practice.
Well, Wilkes-Barre's lucky because, as you saw, Howe lose the ball. So they go into the I formation. There's a play clock situation here, I believe. They're going to stop both clocks. Shiner to the outside, still carrying people, has a figure law first down inside Mountaineer territory at the 44.
And that's why this young man is so dangerous. It's late in the fourth quarter. He's been getting a lion's share of the carries, and he just keeps pounding away and keeps those legs going. They got him by his T-shirt, and there's 4 Mountaineers trying to drag him down.
I keep saying, nobody's taking his legs. Every hit is up high on Shiner, and he's just carrying guys.
Coach Cinti said that young man is a stalwart in the classroom. He's a captain, 2-year captain on the field and in the weight room. He's also was like appointed as a captain because he does such a great job in there himself and motivating the other guys to do what he can do.
This could be the last chance Wilkes-Barre has. Can they tie this one up? Howe back. He runs over Farrell, and he's up inside the 40. So third down now.
Secondary coverage did a nice job picking up the receiver. They bracketed him, so it was really a 2-on-1 with the receiver. And you can see all those blue jerseys there. That's why he was able to get at least 4 yards on that last play.
2 downs to get 6 for Wilkes-Barre. They go back to their bread and butter Shiner. He breaks through. He has a figure law first down. He's finally ripped down near the 30-yard line. Almost an 8-yard gain. So you talked about Shiner coming through late in this game, and he's doing just that.
And again, nice job by number 25. Gino Ardo did a great job on that linebacker to blow that up, which sprung Shiner for that first down.
And Dallas defense hold. Howe. Don't want to throw an interception here. Being chased. Chased wisely. There he is, a smart play. He throws it out of bounds. Don't want to give up a sack. Cyril Cinti there with his hands on his hips. Love the shorts, though, tonight. Impressed with that. I love the shorts.
Coach doesn't feel anything, you know.
Nothing.
He's a tough guy like that.
You almost think they have to get it to Bodie somehow through the air. He already had the big 55-yard play the last time he touched it on a pass.
Well, Dallas's defense right now, they're playing, I'm not going to say a prevent, but they've got that extra secondary guy back there, so that's really making it difficult to find anything downtown.
For 2 quarters, we kind of just mulled our way through 3 and outs, 4 and outs, and finally we've woken up here. A timeout called by the Wolfpack. Well, Coach, as we said this morning, it's week number 9 already. Week 10 upon us. Next week, we will be in Wayne County, Western Wayne, the Wildcats and the Hornets. Honesdale battling for a playoff spot. Western Wayne locked in probably to the new number 2 seed in AAA, and then we'll take a week off. And the guys might need a week off after this race.
To dry out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We'll have a couple district playoff games and championship games coming your way here on MyTV WQMY. Again, believe it or not, state playoffs right around the corner.
This season flew by this year. We've had some great Friday night rivalries going on, and here we're seeing a classic right now. Last year, Wilkes-Barre beat Dallas, and Dallas had a chip on their shoulder trying to establish that, trying to eradicate that loss and trying to keep their undefeated team and season going. But credit that defense from Wilkes-Barre to keep this game as close as they have had.
Yeah, I don't have the yardage, and I'm trying to look it up in the second half for Dallas. But the Wilkes-Barre defense, a lot of 3 and 4 and outs for the Mountaineers. But Dallas still leads. If this defense can come up, they can remain undefeated and take home their first championship. Howe back. Flushed. Just lays it out of bounds. And he's coming back limping. 4th down now, Coach. Oh, 3rd down, excuse me.
And this is where that secondary coverage, where they've got the extra man back there, is making it really difficult to try to find anything. As soon as Howe sees somebody open, the man from the outside takes that away from him, and he still has the man trailing. So, defense. We keep talking about Wilkes-Barre's defense, but Dallas's defense, with the way that they're scheming this, is really stopping the Wilkes-Barre offense from being productive.
10 on the play clock. Trying to get the play in. Wilkes-Barre has it, but they're going to roll Howe out. He's got to run the room. No, he's going to flush it and try to go down. No flag down there. Intended for Underwood. It was underthrown. Now it's 4th down and 10. So 3 incompletions in a row.
So they just try to roll him out. But again, look at the defense, the pressure not allowing him to get all the way to the outside. So he has to step up and try to force a throw.
I'm thinking Wilkes-Barre wants a penalty there. Maybe an interference.
They were looking for it, but
the ball was thrown short, right? Timeout, Wilkes-Barre. The ball was thrown short, and Underwood tried to come back, but he was basically taken down. So there's Nino Cinti, Cyril's brother, the offensive coordinator. So 4th and 10. Let's see what Wilkes-Barre can come up with. 2:12 left in this game. Try to get you some quick scores. And we want to thank Amanda Cool. She's going to have the interviews after, but it's her last night, taking her family south for the winter. She's like they always do. So
Down
we
to
thank
Texas.
her. Next week, we'll have Jake Sarwar doing sidelines, and we will give away a roof next week with Toby. So we're excited about that at Western Wayne.
And again, Toby and his crew and all the sponsors he has, tremendous job giving back to the community by giving a roof away. Well, Dunmore's doing a nice job over Honesdale 40-21 right now. Southern 34-7 over Wyoming area. But let's get back to this game right here. This is it, baby.
This could be it. I believe Wilkes-Barre now only has one timeout left, so if they don't get it first, I think Dallas can run out the clock. Here you go. Here comes the blitz by Dallas. Howell on the run. Geske gets him, and that's it.
Well, a false sense of security there from for Wilkes-Barre. They did not show any pressure at all. Now, 4th and 10, and here they come. And who do you go to? Geske. Coach Manello said at the beginning when I spoke to him that his position should be E. He can play everywhere on that side of the
He came
football.
from a safety position, his first sack of the season. Biggest tackle probably of the year for Geske, and now Dallas going to try to run out this clock, remain undefeated, and take home the Wyoming Valley Conference Division I championship. Wilkes-Barre gave it their all. They outplayed Wilkes-Barre here in the Dallas in the second half. Geske feeling it now after that sack. Up for 14, up to the 39.
I keep talking about Shiner, but look at Geske. Look at that. He takes that counter step to the right, cuts back to the left, allows the offensive line to set up those blocks, and he just gets 14 yards. He's the oldest of 3. I know Coach Manello was telling me he's got 2 younger brothers that are kind of cut from the same cloth in terms of their football prowess, how tough they are.
There's Logan in there as a sophomore, 24. So Dylan is just a junior. So a lot of these guys will be back. Again, Coach Manello next year just has to find a line. It was the same story as this year.
and you know, if anybody has to find an offensive lineman, that's the coach you want to go to. Coach Manello, what do you think? And he just forms these guys. They live and breathe in the weight room. Look at this inside. Nice job, Geske. And again, the defense now for Wilkes-Barre is going to be feeling it because they've been out there a lot doing their jobs. Coach Manello right now telling his offensive line, just keep the faith.
Okay, so we've seen every 4A team that is in contention that we believe. So we've seen Wyoming area, Dallas, and Valley View. I'm not going to say who's the best.
Sure.
You were at Valley View last week, but seeing all 3, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a game like this. It's going to come down to one score either way. All teams are physical. Valley View likes to run the ball. You know, they threw it as best they could. Wyoming area, best running back probably in the league.
Aaron Crossley is
right?
a tremendous
running back.
running back.
See Dallas with what they have, they can do a little bit of both. The weather maybe played a factor tonight, but that 4A, and don't count out Crestwood,
No.
they could shock anybody.
And they do that. That's what Coach Arcangeli does up there with that single wing. It's a son of a gun to prepare for it because you can't run it the way they run it, and you only have 4 days to prepare for it.
Our top 10 faring pretty well tonight. Wyoming area may be the only team that loses. And
You had a
Southern rebounds after their first loss to Mount Carmel last week.
And that'll help Southern by beating a Quad A school.
Well, the team you got to watch in District 4 not to go up to the northern tier, as now Geske's just carrying people. And that will go near the minute, is the Troy Trojans.
Well, the last few years up in the NTL, the Northern Tier League, you've had the battles between Canton and Troy. I mean, those teams have been dominating their leagues, and they do a great job up there with their coaching staff, and they're all small communities. So that's telling you that the communities are buying into what they're coaching up there, and they love it that their teams are winning.
So Troy had the biggest 2 tests of the year. Loyalsock tonight, they're beating them 44-7. They'll play Canton next week. Troy will be the top seed in AA in District 2-4.
Wow.
So if you're Southern or you're Mount Carmel, you're going up to the fairgrounds to play. That's just, I'm just going to tell you that.
All I can tell the assistant coaches that go up in the box, duck, because
Yep.
there's an I-beam that you have to step down into.
Okay, let's bring it back to the Wyoming Valley Conference. Division I championship is in the books for the Mountaineers of Dallas. They move to 9-0 on the season, and they hold on to beat Wilkes-Barre here at home at homecoming. 14-7 will be your final score. It wasn't pretty, and Dallas got all their points in the first quarter, but it was a tough one, and they hang on this close one and win it by 7 on a rainy, rainy night here in the Back Mountain. The cannon goes off here. They'll ring the bell, and it's back to the weight room tomorrow for the team, probably. So now they'll take on Lake Lehman next week.
That's the old shoe, right?
Yep, the old shoe game. Wilkes-Barre will end with Valley West next week in that rivalry game. They also played for a trophy. But Wilkes-Barre would like to end with a win next week, get a nice position in the playoffs, even though it's going to be a sub-regional. Hey, a couple more practices for this young team, never going to hurt. So Amanda's got her players of the game. Quickly, we'll go down because they want to get in and get dry. Let's go down to Amanda.
Thanks, guys. Talking with our players of the game, Zach and Dylan. What was going through your mind on that last sack?
Really just get the quarterback. That was my job and had to get it done, so I did.
How important was tonight's win for you guys to go 9-0?
It was a huge win going 9-0, hopefully to secure the 1 seed and get a good start at playoffs.
Thanks, guys. Congratulations and good luck on the rest of your season.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, there you have it.
There you go. Thank you, Amanda.
Well, they're just like their head coach. They're young men of few words.
They are. They pretty much summed it all in a short amount of time. Probably Amanda's shortest interview of the year. And why not? It's her last. So we thank Amanda for her efforts tonight in the rain, and good luck to her family as they move down to Dallas. We'll see her next year. Next week, Honesdale at Western Wayne. Hopefully the weather improves, even though we'll be in Wayne County. We'll be on there at 7 o'clock. Week number 10 coming up, folks. Playoffs right around the corner. The Fox 56 Sports crew did an awesome job tonight. Make sure you watch the credits. All the camera guys are going to need to dry off for a couple days. So they did an awesome job tonight out there on the field. We thank them especially. So for Jan, for Amanda, for the last time, this is Bob Ide saying so long from a very wet Back Mountain.
You're watching Manuka Subaru Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by USA Metal Roofs on MyTV WQMY.